going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
This holiday season, give yourself the ultimate gift, self-care and peace of mind. We know the holidays can bring stress, but did you know that managing that stress is key to your heart health? High blood pressure and heart disease can be impacted during this busy time. In fact, heart attacks are more common during the holidays. So take a moment for yourself. Breathe, relax, and prioritize your well-being. Search Chronic Disease Nebraska to learn more. Paid for by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Limitless Mail has redefined the little blue pill with our new ED trochees that melt in your mouth, delivering faster results so you can be spontaneous again. Once you try the Limitless Mail trochee, you won't go back to the little blue pill. Our trochees go right to the source through your bloodstream, leading to quicker, harder results. To experience the difference for yourself and your partner, schedule a free consult with the men's health experts at limitlessmail.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, celebrating a Bad Boy More championship.
Raff, you seem a little quieter than usual. Are you sad this morning? What's you don't seem very energetic to talk to us on a Monday morning.
Oh, I got a little bit of a throat thing. I think my nephew might have given me a little bit of the congestion a little bit. So I have that low voice, that Luther Vandross special.
I see. AG, good morning from Lincoln. How's Houston?
Doing good. I like how you threw Luther Vandross in there, Raff. I like that. You're smooth with that. No, I'm doing good, Nick. It's 59 and a little foggy here. We had some interesting weather over the weekend, but nothing bad. Just some thunderstorms, stuff like that, pushing through the area. I was trying to watch the game, and I'm like, man, it's like, why is the game not on? And I flicked to the regular TV. It was Channel 2 is ABC down here where the game was on. Yeah, and they have the whole. It's like I thought a hurricane was hitting because it was showing all this red of tornadoes and stuff up in North Houston. So I'm like, oh man, yeah, but that's the South.
So
that's how the weather goes.
There were some tornadoes that hit near you guys, right?
Yeah, just north of me. Started in Katy, which Katy is about a half hour for me, and then further up into the Woodlands and going into the towns in between here and Dallas. So it got
Gotcha.
interesting. Yep.
Gotcha. Raff, how was the flight back from Houston or wherever you were in Texas to Nashville?
It was good. It was good. We had a little hour delay, but nothing too bad. Made it back to the home at about midnight last night, so we good to go.
That's not bad. That's not too bad. I don't know, Raff. I think you know a little bit about this. AG, I did not tell you yesterday because I knew I'd talk to you today. I was stuck in the Midway Chicago airport yesterday for about 4.5 hours.
I've been there, done that. Yep, I've done that before.
As I reflect on it, all I can say is thankfully NFL football was on, because I don't know what I would have done without NFL football. But it was the worst thing ever. So obviously a large conglomerate of Husker fans were traveling back from New York
from Pinstripe,
for the Pinstripe Bowl. And so a large group of us left from LaGuardia at like 9:30 yesterday. And we get into Chicago, no issues. Everything's good. We're in Midway. But as soon as we took off from LaGuardia, so they offered like us, Jake and I had the tickets for like Wi-Fi in the planes. So I'm getting text messages about my updated plane status for Midway to Omaha. And it keeps, we take off and it says, hey, your plane's been delayed. And I'm like, okay, it's an hour, not bad. Then we're about halfway through the flight and I get another text. Plane's been delayed another 45 minutes. Okay, now this is kind of getting a little dicey. It's probably not going to stop. By the end of the, whatever it is, like hour and 42-minute flight from New York to Chicago, it had been delayed all the way back to 3:30 p.m. when it was supposed to take off at 11. And so it was you knew it was going to be a long little afternoon in the airport. Jake got to Denver. He flew to Denver from Chicago. We were on the same flight to Chicago. He flew to Denver by the time and landed by the time that I even boarded the plane to get into Lincoln or to Omaha.
Yeah, first world problems. There we go.
It is, but hey, you know what? We can talk about it.
No, like I said, I've been there, done that. That's why I stock up on Netflix downloads and I make sure my Switch is fully charged. or you know what? I got my computer with me. So you know what? Let me get some work done. Let me send out some emails. Let me make some social media posts. Let me research information on whatever I'm covering this week. So yeah, and school's over now. It's like, do something with my class, but class is done. I just submitted grades for this semester.
There you go.
Guys and ladies did very well in our group final, things of that nature. So
any failures? We don't obviously no names. Any F's?
No, say low grades. I say it was a couple of D's in there, some D pluses. Yeah. Overall grades. For the group projects, they did pretty good. One group did a esports event and fundraiser for Platteview High School up near Omaha. It was a not Super Smash, Mario Kart tournament they did and a fundraiser. So they threw that in there, and it was just also obviously for me bonus points because they was able to not only plan an event with the esports team but make it a fundraiser for their high school esports program. So they're able to get money out of it for the high school team, and obviously learned so my class takes what happens in my class for the final is basically planning out an event, planning out a tournament or whatever thing you want to do. I say in terms of digital content. So it's a live event or recorded event. And I think everybody did a recorded event and they worked with either the Nebraska esports team or they worked with a local high school. I had a couple high schools from last year. I reached out to them. One worked, I believe it was Lincoln High. At first, they wasn't sure, but then they came through. We worked with them. And then Platteview High School. Actually, the group found them because I was talking to Northeast and their schedule got a little hectic. Heard from them kind of last minute, but then the group just reached to say, hey, Mr. Green, we found a school we could work with. I said, go right ahead. I said, that's how things go. Sometimes you're planning an event. Everything doesn't go perfectly like you want in terms of the actual high school to work with you, and you had to change up. So boom, you're learning right now of what happens during planning events out. Sometimes then the venues change and you got to roll with it and be ready to adjust and be able to still plan out everything as a group together. So make sure they had constant communication between each other and me, so I can make sure, if they need any help or advice on their planning, then they can work through it pretty easy. So that was it. Everybody passed pretty much, which is good. So that means I did my job.
Graded on a curve.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't have to do that. No grade on the curve here. Like I said, everybody, did their in terms of the group project, did it right and passed. So I'm very happy to say that.
Hey Nick, I got a question for you.
What's up?
Did you ever see the movie Castaway?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the one with the volleyball, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
How about
Nailed
this?
it.
How about this?
Okay. So
What's the lead actor name?
Isn't that Matthew McConaughey?
Ooh.
No,
Almost. Good try. Good try.
It's not Matthew McConaughey.
It's another famous dude.
It's not Adam Sandler.
Nope.
I
Think.
feel like I'm in the right ballpark.
Think
there.
Run,
big.
Forrest, run.
There you go.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. What's your question?
All right. So Castaway, he'd spent a lot of time out on that island, and he didn't have a bed. And when he made it back to civilization, he had his bed, but he slept on the side of the bed. So last night you made it back to Lincoln and had your bed.
I did.
But did you get so used to sleeping on the floor in New York City? Did you sleep next to your bed last night?
This is the order of things that I did yesterday. When I got home, I showered, I went and picked up my dinner and went back home, ate it in about 10 minutes. Also, I could lay in my bed by 8:40 or like 8:45, 9 p.m. I was so ready to get to my, on top of an actual mattress. You talk about, right? First world problems there, AG. There it is. I was so ready to get back to my cushy mattress so that I could sleep in the mattress, on an actual bed last night.
You had a nice little nook there, though.
I did see people were knocking the nook.
You posted something?
Oh yeah, well, so it was.
I missed the post.
It was the night that before we left. It was our last night in New York.
Yeah.
And it was like 11 p.m. at night, and I took a picture of my sleeping arrangements on the floor.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So wait a minute. What happened
with
when you and Jake in the bed? Y'all didn't negotiate, like trade off every other night or something?
Jake would not let me. Now I need to preface this, and I know this has been a big topic of conversation the last couple of days, and we got to keep on time here, so we'll keep it short and sweet.
Yeah.
But I need to preface it with Jake did offer me half of the bed, but there's just something I'm just not about.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was like a rotation thing set up.
No, because I offered that because I said, Jake, they're gonna, the housekeeping comes in, they're gonna make the bed, they're gonna give us fresh sheets every single day. It's not an issue if we just alternate days. We can switch off days. And he was like, nope, not doing it. I'll give you half the bed, but all 3 nights though. And I was like, no, I'm good, man.
Man. And that's a tough deal right there.
So I do appreciate housekeeping because they provided me the spare set of sheets all 3 nights. They gave me fresh ones all 3 nights, which I appreciated. I imagine and I envisioned a housekeeper just coming into our room and making the first bed and then looking down the floor and seeing my bed on the New York hotel room.
Did they make the bed? Did they help you out?
They didn't make it. They just gave me a giant bag. They would just give me a giant bag.
There you go. That means they were aware of you, bro. They were aware of you.
So thankfully, shout out to the New Yorker hotel. Although I called on the morning of and requested a cot, the room wasn't big enough, and so they were able to make it work. And so anyway, I mean, it's fine. We got the last hotel room available in the New Yorker, and there's a lot of people that are like, hey, Nick, Jake, why don't you guys just stay somewhere else? Why didn't Nick just reserve somewhere, 30 minutes outside of Manhattan? Why'd you need to be in Manhattan? Well, here's the thing. That was the media hotel number 1, and that allowed us to get some discounts on nights per rooms. And if we can avoid spending $800 a night for a room, which is what the price was elsewhere, we are going to do that. And if all that takes is me to sleep on the floor for 3 nights, whatever, we're fine. So anyway, yeah, no, we were good. We enjoyed the bed. I enjoyed the bed last night. I thought I overslept this morning, but we're good. So we're fine.
Nice.
Guys, we do have a lot to get to. NFL football. AG, the Pack could not get over the hump yesterday against the Vikings.
They could not. Tough game.
So now that sets up a pretty meaningful Week 18 matchup between the Vikings and the Lions. The winner gets the NFC North crown and the number 1 seed in the NFC. Elsewhere, the Bengals stayed alive they got so lucky, Raff.
God.
I mean, here's the thing. They got so lucky that not only the Bengals got that many chances in overtime, but
right.
the Broncos, whose offense has not been anywhere near inept these last couple of weeks. They're lucky that they didn't make something happen. I mean, the NFL storylines are crazy. Husker women's basketball fell at number 1 UCLA yesterday. Yeah. Husker men's basketball has a massive week ahead starting tonight with Southern. And Husker football, they're bowl champions for the first time since 2015. And you have this weird hankering that maybe staff changes aren't done, because there was still a piece of the game on Saturday that was inept. And we always have to talk about that.
Yes. We'll hit it when it come back for sure. But real quick about the Bengals and Broncos, man, the Bengals, I was like, if I'm Zach or even Burrow, it's like, hey, can we just win this, win or start a season off right? I mean, I think he probably, Burrow in his career, 6 years, 5 years, has maybe had a healthy start to his season. Super Bowl year, I think that was a bad start too, but they finished strong, made it to the Super Bowl against the Rams. I would make a decision like, hey, let's just start the season off fresh, healthy, and ball out, because we got the talent. Why we got to piece things together, to try to get a victory and victories throughout their season. So I just you got the talent to do it. Just let's go. Let's focus up.
Well, luckily they won, because I think Zach saved his job.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the point. It's like you got so much talent between Chase, the backfield, the running game, and Burrow, and the defense all has Pro Bowl players, sprinkled intermittently around on that team, but you win like you are average team. This is not an average team. They don't have average talent. They have above average talent at most of the positions. I'll say the positions you need to have these days at the NFL, and they're still playing like they're bottom feeders or something like that, and they're not. So
that Bengals defense isn't very good right now.
And so that is the I'll pick, because I know what we got Britta Taylor.
CTP's there.
He's there.
So
they got a couple of D linemen. That's nice. So they need to patch things together. They got to just work on either. I'm gonna watch them closely now in the next week to see because fundamentals too can be a problem. But it's just interesting. He got so much talent, but it just so hard against games like this where you need to dominate. And they could dominate most of the year. Especially, only tough part is just like the Packers and the Vikings and the Lions and the Bears. Their division is incredibly tough. They're gonna get beaten and battered all year long playing against the Ravens and Steelers and stuff like that. So they hang. So it's just interesting how they go about their victories.
Yeah, and Raff, we can touch on this later in the conversation, but the Dolphins got helped out by that Bengals win. So I mean, there's a lot of layers to that Bengals win on Saturday night that propelled and helped out some other NFL teams, kept their dreams alive. The Dolphins were able to knock off the Browns. We might be seeing one of the biggest and most obvious tanking jobs in all of football with the Cleveland Browns right now. Jameis Winston was reportedly healthy on Sunday, and they trotted out DTR instead of Jameis Winston. So there's those conversations about obviously, tanking opportunities and things like that, but who knows, who cares? The Giants avoided getting the number 1 pick because they decided to score, 35 points.
Drew Lock, baby, franchise.
Yeah, Drew Lock. There he is. So, all right, Raff, send us away, my friend.
All right, we'll throw the break. It's the drive and 3.7 to dig it.
Hey farmers, join Boyk Farm Outfitters at Precision Planning's Winter Conference, happening January 22nd and 23rd at Innovation Campus in Lincoln. At Winter Conference, they'll cover topics like fertilizer inputs, weed management, spraying technologies, and priorities of the planter pass, to name a few. It's your chance to see new research that'll put you and your farm ahead of the curve, and it's free to attend. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this event's for you. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot today.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Limitless Mail has redefined the little blue pill with our new ED trochees that melt in your mouth, delivering faster results so you can be spontaneous again. Once you try the Limitless Mail trochee, you won't go back to the little blue pill. Our trochees go right to the source through your bloodstream, leading to quicker, harder results. To experience the difference for yourself and your partner, schedule a free consult with the men's health experts at limitlessmail.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
I used to smoke. I thought of cigarettes as my best friend.
They were always there for me when I needed a break.
I also thought cigarettes were my best friend, and then they gave me peripheral artery disease.
I smoked and had a stroke. Actually, multiple strokes.
I smoked and have heart disease. Here's my tip. If cigarettes are your friend, you need a better friend.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Patriot Plumbing at 402-464-7411 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-464-7411.
Time for a new heating and cooling system? Get the options, brand, and efficiency that best fits your family and your home. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody. We're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. Talking all things sports. Nebraska women's basketball, they kind of got the buzzsaw in the second half of that UCLA game, 91 to 54.
Yeah, UCLA really, really good. I mean, it was a 37-30 game at half. Nebraska at one point yesterday was up by 1 point in the middle to late stages of that second quarter. But then, yeah, you said it. UCLA did what good teams do, and they eventually kind of stepped on the throat and stepped on the gas, kept their foot on the gas, rather. UCLA, really, really good. Really good.
And they still got their Murderers Row schedule continuing on. Don't they play? Oh, I forgot didn't they have like 3 straight games against top 25 opponents?
For Nebraska, you're talking about?
Yeah.
So I mean, Nebraska sits currently at 10-4. They're a fringe top 25 team, but while they're out west, obviously playing the Western teams, some of the newer Pac-12 to Big Ten teams, they first started with Georgia Tech. They were at Georgia Tech last week, then had to travel to UCLA yesterday. They lose that one 91-54, like we talked about. And then Wednesday on New Year's Day, they will go to number 4 USC. USC has a player, Juju Watkins. Yeah, if you know anything about women's basketball, you know the name Juju Watkins. She's a star. She's a star at USC. And so obviously Nebraska's going to have to go with that. Then they get to return home and they play unranked Penn State before hosting top 20 Michigan State. So yeah, a little bit of a murderer's row, I suppose. They've just some top 25 programs that they have to face. But guys, and maybe we can zoom out and make this a big picture men's and women's basketball discussion. But if you just look at, with 18 teams now in the league for both men's and women's basketball, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to be playing some notable competition. I mean, there's just no days off, especially, I mean, you look at the men's basketball side of things, and somebody posted this on Twitter over the weekend, where like 13 of Nebraska's next 14 games are against quad 1 competition. I mean, for men's basketball, that is bizarre to think about.
Yeah.
It just shows you the Big Ten, the realignment. And we knew this was going to be a factor. I mean, we saw this in football, and we'll see it later this season in basketball, and then baseball coming up in the spring, where, you know, and I bring it up because I know it well, is California, you know, so Cal. When you have those two teams coming from there, and talent-wise, they don't have to recruit out of state in any sport, for that matter, not just football, but basketball either. And so it gets hyper competitive. So that's one thing that's going to help programs like ours being that we're, you know, in interlocked states, we'll start recruiting those areas, because all those kids are not going to go to UCLA or USC or even Stanford or other schools, San Diego State, things like that. You'll have opportunity. You just got to recruit well and be consistent, and develop a pipeline out there and be able to find the ones that are the fray that fall off from the top, you know, recruits that get picked up. And so, because that'll be one way you could try to compete and stay running along with the UCLAs and the USCs and other schools that came into the Big Ten with the realignment.
There's just like a shift that's happened, and this is specifically a basketball discussion, I guess, because when you look at the standings, the top 18, right, and Nebraska's always, it feels like for Nebraska, whether it's men's or women's basketball, and more so men's basketball because it's been more notable over the last couple of years, in terms of Big Ten achieving, you know, spots in the NCAA tournament. What I would say is it's going to be interesting, because in the last couple of years, and ever since Nebraska's really joined the Big Ten, it's been, can Nebraska get into the top 6 spots in the final standings? Because if they do, then you feel pretty good about it. Now, it's if Nebraska finishes top half of the conference, then you're probably in. I mean, the Big Ten's probably close to a 9-bid league, potentially an 8-9 bid league, potentially, depending on how things shake out. And we've seen in years past where a mediocre Michigan State team can get in because Izzo is Izzo, and Michigan State kind of always makes a run late. They'll beat a couple of good teams, and then who knows, even in like a 7 or 8 seed Michigan State can go make a run in an NCAA tournament. So the committee doesn't want to leave them out. And so I say all that because the expectation for Nebraska basketball, or like the goal, whether it's, and doesn't come from the staff, this comes from more so like us, is try to get to the Big Ten tournament and not have to play that first day. And right. if you don't have to play that first day, then you're in a pretty decent spot in the top half of the conference. Now the expectation or the goal is finish top 8, and you feel like you're at least on the bubble for the conversation for postseason play.
Right. When you got those, like you said, coaches like Izzo that have been doing this for years.
Yeah.
And they have a game plan every offseason, every end season for how they coach the teams up, how they prepare. You get used to that rhythm of getting ready, gearing up. They know this is big in play right now. So they kind of get all the players understand, especially, once you come in from a freshman to a senior, you understand that. And the way he coaches, having programs like that has been, I'll say, afloat for a long time. And you look at between Big Ten football, Big Ten basketball, that most of you're looking about in the top 25, you're looking at out of the Big Ten teams, you're talking about 4 to 5 teams that are in the top 25. So that just, again, makes it everything fun and competitive, for all the teams that were part of other conferences like us in the last 10 to 15 years to come in and then try to compete. And it's been getting better every year for us. So that's the one good thing, down the road.
Well, and Raff, you look at what's ahead for Nebraska men's basketball here. So Southern tonight, you take care of business against them, and you finish non-conference play with essentially 11-2 record, right? Mm-hmm. Then those 2 losses, one of them is to a Big Ten opponent, but you firmly put a bow on non-conference play with an 11-2 record. Then you go into a top 25 matchup, if not a top 20 opponent in UCLA. And I say if not top 20 because today we'll get the AP poll, and UCLA just knocked off top 15 Gonzaga over the weekend. And so this is a UCLA team that will come into Lincoln on Saturday, January 4th, 1 p.m. tip-off for those that are interested. 1 p.m. tip-off at the Vault, and it's probably going to be a top 20 UCLA team. And so then you're looking at it and going, Nebraska has opportunities right off the bat. There's no warm-up period. They get opportunities right off the bat to not only beat some ranked teams, but take care of business. And at this time next week, we could be talking about a Nebraska basketball team that just knocked off a top 20 UCLA team and has conversations about receiving votes in the AP poll.
Yeah, totally. It's one of those things where Nebraska's really got to hold and serve at home and get those home victories, and then steal your few on the road there, and you put yourself in a great position for postseason play. I mean, and you got to think Nebraska, any game that they play at the Vault, that's theirs for the taking. So they just got to continue. I think they still have one of the longest winning streaks in the nation at home. So they just got to continue to keep on winning there.
Yeah, haven't lost at PBA since 2023. Well, the 2022-23 season. So because they went undefeated at home last year. They had wins over top 10 Wisconsin, number 1 Purdue at the time. So they had them, so they beat those couple of teams at the Vault last year. It was the year before, so 2 seasons ago was the last time Nebraska lost a game at home. Because obviously this year, still perfect at home at PBA. I would hope. This is my public proclamation, hoping and asking for this. Do some theme with the fans on Saturday. Like, you're coming off of a bowl win. As stupid as it might sound, like try to stripe out the Vault. Like make it fun to where there's like one section's red, one section's white. I don't really care what you do. Give away T-shirts. I really don't care. It's going to be a sellout. I was looking today because I have a couple buddies that were wanting to get tickets for it, and I was looking today at some tickets. There's no tickets available on third markets in the 100 levels. If you want to go to this game and you don't have tickets right now, you're sitting up in the 300s. This is going to be a packed environment on Saturday. Nebraska, as long as they take care of business tonight, which everybody's expecting them to against Southern, they're going to be a 2-loss team and have an 11-2 record going into the bulk of conference play. Man, it just feels it's setting up to be a fun Saturday, obviously, at Nebraska.
Big time.
Bring out the Bad Boy Moore trophy and put it in center court.
There you go. You can bring out the Pinstripe Bowl trophy. Everybody loves and firmly respects the Pinstripe Bowl. All right, guys, let's go to break. Raff, we got history on the other side. Send us away, my friend.
All right, we'll throw to break. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Start your New Year's Eve celebrations with the Lincoln Stars when they host the Omaha Lancers on Tuesday, December 31st at the Icebox. The puck drops at 6:05 for our first home rivalry matchup of the season, giving you plenty of time to cheer on the Stars before ringing in the new year. You can purchase single game tickets or a rivalry package to secure seats for 3 home matchups with Omaha now at LincolnStars.com.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Early break. He brings them in and teaches them how to be Santa Claus.
So what do you do if like a 16-year-old wants to sit on the lap? What do you do? There's a protocol.
Protocol. What do we do? How do we handle it? Not
you
so
stand.
fast.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I'm going to stand up next to you.
Clause, but not approved. Right.
Bunch of college girls.
Right. No. Oh, becomes no.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
New year, new you? Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping can help make sure you keep that resolution this time. Our proven system combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition, along with our expert coaching to make sure you're moving forward toward your goals. The next 10-week challenge starts January 11th. But if you enroll now, you can start today and get a head start on those gains for no extra cost. Plus, head to fxblincoln.com and you can save $100. Don't wait. Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
I used to smoke. I thought of cigarettes as my best friend.
They were always there for me when I needed a break.
I also thought cigarettes were my best friend, and then they gave me peripheral artery disease.
I smoked and had a stroke. Actually, multiple strokes.
I smoked and have heart disease. Here's my tip. If cigarettes are your friend, you need a better friend.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday. We have some history.
I have to, before we get to history, I have to correct myself on a note I made last segment. Nebraska's last loss at home, I looked it up over the break. Creighton last year. They had that Baylor Shireman team came in and shot the roof off of the building against Nebraska. But that was early in the season. So that was the last time Nebraska lost at home. But still rings true. Practically the same season. Boom. There you have it. Anyway,
Well,
Raff, what do you got for us today?
Well, my history today is a couple of birthdays. Celebrating his 49th birthday today. Almost ready for the senior tour. Eldrick Tiger Woods.
Oh,
okay.
Nice. I know him and his son been ripping it up. They did the father-son tour or stop.
Yeah. Charlie hit his hole in
Really?
one. Had to purchase drinks for everyone. My greatest fear.
Charlie didn't even know it was a hole in one.
Yeah, it was a heck of a shot.
Yeah. Anyway, who's your second birthday, Raff?
And my second birthday goes out to a man that probably should start thinking about retirement, LeBron James.
Yes.
Definitely.
How about that, though? Two of the greatest athletes on the planet birthdays on the same day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods and LeBron James.
Yeah.
If only Chris Raffs was on today.
I was just thinking that.
I bet you are. See,
Lord.
Here I am thinking about him, AG, and he's not. He's thinking about himself.
Y'all too funny.
Anyway,
Too funny.
AG, what do you got for us today? Anything exciting?
Man, actually, let me see. There's nothing really here to talk about. No fun stuff. No, you know what? Here we go. I got a fun game here. 22 years ago today. So 2002. Nick, what was you doing?
I was a year old.
He was a year. Well, somebody in the world was playing Extreme Ghostbusters on Game Boy Advance.
I like Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
We saw the speaking of Ghostbusters, we saw the fire station in New York City.
Oh, you went by it?
We walked by it. We got off. It was on our way to Ground Zero and the World Trade Center, obviously, monuments and stuff, which is super cool. But we got off on the subway a stop early because we were like, let's walk. We'll walk. We'll find a pizza spot. We'll grab some pizza, we'll grab some pie, and we'll walk to the World Trade Center monuments and stuff. And we've walked past the Ghostbusters fire station just on a whim.
Oh, I would have loved. I would take a picture.
Sign hung up there, don't they?
They do. Yeah, they have the Ghostbuster sign hung up.
Oh yeah. Did you take a picture?
Oh yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah, you had to do that.
I had to take a picture.
And on that Game Boy Advance game, that's when cheat codes was fun. They had a code for the Ecto 1 in the European edition of the Extreme Ghostbusters on Game Boy Advance. So you could get the Ecto 1, which is what I have. I don't know if it's. Do I have it out? Yeah, it's behind me. little statue here. I have the Ecto 1 Lego set that I put together last year around this time. But yeah, I got some. I say Christmas. What y'all get for Christmas? Did we even talk about that last week?
Yeah, we talked about it Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got that. Did you get an exciting toy that you want to talk about, AG?
Yeah, I was going to say real quick, more Lego sets for me. A Fortnite one, and I got the llama that's on Fortnite.
Oh
yeah. And I got, what's the other one? Oh, Pharrell Williams, the music producer, he collaborated with Lego, and he's done this out of space one where it's a spaceship going into space, and some of the artists he's worked with, little Lego people. So I'm gonna put that together too. And then Optimus Prime Lego set doesn't get any better than that. So,
how long does that stuff take you to put together?
It depends on the amount. I say my longest one to date has been the Death Star from Star Wars. That was a week.
Okay.
Yep. There's about 8,000, close to 8,000 pieces. So right at like 7,800 pieces.
Dang.
So
you ever get frustrated? Be like, why doesn't this work?
No. The only thing I used to when I first started, like go back into like as an adult, because as a kid I was a Lego guy. We had friends. I had friends, we all have friends that had Lego, like extra pieces, or they just put all the pieces together, said, put something together. I had friends in the neighborhood. We used to do that. But then I restarted it, after I was done playing ball, having more time on my schedule and doing it with kids. It just, I started doing all the Star Wars spaceships and stuff, but nothing. I said, the only thing that bugged me early was, the little pieces when it's here. Sometimes the little pieces get dropped and lost, but they do always give you extra pieces because they know that they small. Lego does a good job with giving you extra pieces everywhere.
I don't know, Raff, and this is bad. Maybe is indicative of my childhood or an indictment on my childhood, which I thought was pretty good. I don't know if I've ever put together a Lego set.
Really? Oh man, you're not living, man.
I always was.
I always had
the knockoff Legos. I don't have the official.
You had the what was the other one?
Duplo or whatever.
Duplo is Duplo, and it's another set out there too that I put together. They made a deal with Halo with Microsoft, and they had the Halo Warthog and one of the spaceships. I put together the Warthog, and you could tell the difference between those Legos or those blocks and Lego blocks.
Yeah,
you could tell.
But my friends down the block, the Burlingtons, they had the setup. They had a ton of Legos. So
Mega Blocks, that's what it was in unknown texter 0167. Mega Blocks, that was the ones.
Did your neighbors own the coat factory there, Raff?
No.
Okay.
They actually own the railroad.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, I have one piece of history before we take a break and get to the 9 o'clock hour. It is a bad day to be the named Mike Shanahan. Do you guys know what happened on this day for Mike Shanahan? In 2008, he was fired by the Broncos, but then in 2013 on this day, he was fired by the Washington Redskins. He's been fired twice on the same day.
But he should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame ASAP.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he should be.
I have him, Roger Craig, Chuck Foreman.
Quite a few guys.
I thought I added another one to my list of people that should be in. I think I did, and I can't remember which one it was. But man, Hall of Fame sometimes makes me scratch my head.
Mike Shanahan. It's a bad day to be named Mike Shanahan on December 30th.
Well,
he got some pretty good paydays though. So
absolutely.
He's fine. Trust me, he's definitely fine.
He had some years left on those contracts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Raff, do you know what Patrick Mahomes did on this day in 2018?
Oh, I know. Probably threw for 5,000 yards and 50.
Probably rookie year.
There you go. 5,000 touchdowns and
5,000 yards.
5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns.
I was about to say, wait a minute.
5,000 touchdowns in a single
that
season.
ain't happening. Yeah. Well, what are we playing? Fast break football now?
Hey, whatever works. Whatever works.
Guys,
go ahead, AG.
I'll just say shout out to Tater in the chat. He says AG has to be the most athletic nerd to ever walk the earth. Thank you, Tater. Appreciate you.
Would you rather him put athletic or nerd first in that sense?
It don't matter. It works both ways.
An athletic nerd or a nerdy athlete?
Both. It works. Both work for me.
Which one do you prefer?
Matter of fact, since it doesn't, you haven't heard it a whole lot, I'll do nerdy athlete.
Nerdy athlete. There you
Yes,
go.
indeed.
All right.
So,
Nerd athlete.
Yeah, nerd athlete. There you go. Ooh, we go. Ooh. I'm gonna have some fun with that one.
We can
I'm gonna
trademark
take
that.
Yeah.
Remember me when you trademark that.
Yeah. Guys, we got to talk about this riveting matchup between the Eagles and the Huskers. That was in the Pinstripe Bowl.
Yes, indeed.
All right, Raffy.
All right, we'll throw it a break. When we come back, we will talk some bad boy more Pinstripe Bowl. This is the Drive 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey farmers, join Boyk Farm Outfitters at Precision Planning's Winter Conference happening January 22nd and 23rd at Innovation Campus in Lincoln. At Winter Conference, they'll cover topics like fertilizer inputs, weed management, spraying technologies, and priorities of the planter pass, to name a few. It's your chance to see new research that'll put you and your farm ahead of the curve, and it's free to attend. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, this event's for you. Visit BoykFarmOutfitters.com for all the details and to reserve your spot today.
Time for a new heating and cooling system? Get the options, brand, and efficiency that best fits your family and your home. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: fog and drizzle expected throughout the day. Otherwise, cloudy skies with a high around 47. Tonight, mainly clear with patchy fog possible, a low near 30. And tomorrow, patchy fog in the morning and mainly sunny for the afternoon. We'll see a high around 52. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
New year, new you? Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping can help make sure you keep that resolution this time. Our proven system combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition, along with our expert coaching to make sure you're moving forward toward your goals. The next 10-week challenge starts January 11th, but if you enroll now, you can start today and get a head start on those gains for no extra cost. Plus, head to fxblincoln.com and you can save $100. Don't wait. Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday sales event is now underway with unbelievably low interest rates and huge discounts on both our new and pre-owned inventory. Right now, we're offering 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. These are the absolute biggest discounts of the year. You heard right, 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. So please stop on in or check us out online at CoppelCars.com. All deals with approved credit, must trade, and Costco.
In Nebraska, we know what matters: dedication, hard work, and taking care of our own.
As loyal supporters of Husker Athletics, Lincoln Industries brings that same championship mindset to manufacturing right here in the Cornhusker State. They believe in precision, teamwork, and giving their all, and that includes taking care of their team with exceptional health benefits and wellness programs. Ready to be a part of a winning tradition? Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current positions. At Lincoln Industries, they're building Nebraska's future one teammate at a time. Go Big Red.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. League One Volleyball is bringing the action to Omaha with Omaha's first serve on January 24th at 7 p.m. Central Time at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Witness history in the making as Love Omaha Volleyball takes on Love Madison in the team's inaugural home match. Be there to watch Olympic teammates Jordan Larson and Lauren Carlini go head-to-head in a battle of the world's best. Visit LOVBOMA.com for tickets starting at $31. Volleyball is the next major league.
Early break. He brings him in and teaches him how to be Santa Claus.
But what do you do if like a 16-year-old wants to sit on the lap? What do you do? There's no protocol.
Protocol. What do we do? How do we handle it?
Oh,
not
you
so
stand.
fast.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I'm going to stand up next to you.
Clause would not approve. Right.
Bunch of college girls.
Right. No. Oh, becomes no.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. Hour 2 is proudly sponsored, or actually the entire show is sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more. And we are back.
Yes, indeed.
That's right. All right. So guys, Nebraska over the weekend obviously played a bowl game against the Boston College Eagles. And for a good chunk of the game, it looked out of hand. It looked out of reach. For Nebraska. Nebraska was going to go on, and they were up 20-2 at one point. It felt like Nebraska was in complete control of this game until a couple of blunders happened, right? And it's similar things to kind of things that we've talked about. Well, you first ask, how did Boston College get the 2 points? And you say, well, they allowed a blocked extra point that was returned all the way back for a 2-point conversion in favor of the Eagles. Nebraska's defense, there were certainly bright spots. Let's first talk about, though, probably one of the more negative pieces of it, guys, the special teams. Once again, there wasn't a whole lot of explosiveness this season as a whole in the return game. And the kicking process, the function of it was not good the entire year as well. Although you changed guys, whether it was Aiden Flagey long snapping, whether it doesn't matter, the entire process was not up to standard. John Hull, for as bad as it was as a complete group, the special teams, he finished up with a pretty good year. At one point, made 9 straight kicks. But ultimately, once again, last week, Nebraska gets a pump blocked. It's returned all the way inside the 5-yard line. Boston College is able to score, and it's 20-15. I mean, it was a lot closer than it needed to be.
Yeah, I mean, we knew coming in, special team wasn't, not the best part of Nebraska Cornhusker team, units out there. And was Bill O'Brien, the coach for BC. He's an NFL guy, and they're going to study, and he's a Bill Belichick guy. So he's a guy that's going to understand that special team is also a factor. And you know what? We see a deficit here. Let's make some plays. Let's focus a little harder here to make this happen. Because if we push harder, and I say not push harder, we do the right things against their special team core units that are having a little issue, we could probably get something out of it. And that's what we saw the result of, unfortunately. But, the team was able to, pick up the edge on defense and offense to get points on the board and keep Boston College, because they didn't score, I think, into the late third quarter before the ball got rolling. They felt the sense of urgency because the time on the clock is running out. So this is going to be one important thing Coach Rule is going to have to harp on during spring ball, and got to get the players. I say one thing about special teams, you got to have players that want to be there. If you're a special teamer, most guys I remember growing up as a kid, nobody wanted to be on special teams, on punt block, on field goal, punt return, any of that, because they were like, I want to play. Like, dude, this is your opportunity to play. And this is, I know for myself, I got my opportunity in the NFL being a special teamer and going out there and, doing my job and not worrying about getting the ball. And that's where you got to find players to do that on your roster to make it effective. Because if you don't, you're going, I'm not saying this could be potentially the result of why this unit is not playing well, because players are not, enthusiastic about going out there, but this could be a factor.
Yeah, excuse me, I don't know why I'm struggling to talk so much. But yeah, no, I mean, you're right. And I think when there was pieces of that special teams in the game that were fine, right? Like the fake punt was a success, and it was real smooth.
Yeah, it looked good. I think Isaac got to learn how to run the ball. He got to drop his shoulder. He took that hit. Oh man.
Well, yeah, and I thought Nebraska did a really good job. One of the untold pieces of that, or not talked enough about pieces of that, is that Nebraska didn't have an illegal man downfield. Like the ball was caught behind the line of scrimmage, and Nebraska didn't have an illegal man down. Like there's pieces there of the organization and the details that Nebraska was actually able to handle business on that fake punt and execute it well. I did not like the decision to go for the fake field goal from the 5. I did not like. Maybe I need to rephrase this. I don't hate the call, but it feels like you should have given Brian Buschini an option to pass out of it, because running the ball from the 5-yard line is not the easiest thing to do, probably, for a guy like Brian Buschini.
No, not for the kids.
Give him an option to run out or pass out of it, so that way when the run isn't there, he can throw it over the top to a guy that went up the middle. Whatever the case is, find a little bit of a flavor that you can, or variety to that play that you can branch off of. That's kind of one of the arguments that I had from Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, and that's something when I've been a special teams coordinator, and when you do that, when you run that play, when you start baking it during the season, it's asking the punter or whoever, Brian Buschini, asking him, can you do this? This is what I need you to do in this play. And it's between player and coach trust, because if you have that player, so they had it because it got approved by Matt to be called into a game, and then with the inclement weather, you did a great job of taking a picture. I saw it on X. I retweeted it as well. Of the situation of the field. The field was probably the murkiest, with the rainfall in the New York area during that time. So special teams was going to be a big thing. I'm pretty sure that's one reason why Bill O'Brien was paying attention to that. But then having that trust between, Ed Foley, the special teams coordinator, and Buschini on that play is like, you got to really run the ball, or potentially be a quarterback like you did the first completion, just knowing that can be your options. And this is what you're going to have to deal with. You're going to have to learn how to get hit and tackled and covered up the ball and all that stuff. So it's a lot of going on when you're doing a fake punt or a fake field goal going into it, and just knowing that, you're putting your kicker in a position that he normally doesn't do, And so people got to realize that part for Buschini in that position. He's facing a whole new part of football when he goes out there running the ball, something that he probably hadn't faced since high school or even little league ball.
Yeah, and Raff, I mean, you look at Nebraska, it shouldn't have finished 20-15. It should have been more. I mean, obviously, I think when you looked at Nebraska's offense, it wasn't that they got out of a rhythm. I think that they maybe just struggled to move the ball a little bit after a while. And then once again, there was areas of the special teams that just kind of negated drives offensively. Now, I will say one piece about Boston College is they don't kick. They don't kick field goals. They don't punt. Like if you look online, that's kind of one of the things we knew going into it. They had attempted Liam Carson had attempted 3 field goals all season long going into the game. He hadn't kicked a single field goal until November. I mean,
wow. They had the same issues we had.
They went through they had the same issues, but also they just didn't kick field goals. Like they wanted to go for it. They wanted to have this aggressive mindset. It was easier in the first half of the year because they had a guy at quarterback, Thomas Castellanos, who was one of the more dynamic players in the ACC this year. So they didn't have to worry about that. But I mean, Boston College early in the game did Nebraska favors. They went for it on 4th and 14 from the plus side of the 50. Like those aren't things that teams do. And it can be a backbreaker for an opponent, like it would have been for Nebraska if they allow a first down on a 4th and 14, Raff. But it also is a big boost of confidence for Nebraska defensively and as a whole when you're able to get off the field and turn over on downs. And guess what? You're near midfield. Boston College could have done the most Iowa thing ever to Nebraska and potentially beaten them. Punt from the plus side of the 50, try to pin them deep. But they just don't do that. They just go for it. They went for it on 4th and 14. And Nebraska ended up getting the ball back and going down and scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's like for punting, we're definitely going to do punting, but field goal kicking kind of like the same issue we had. Yeah, that's where you try to figure out other ways to try to either to convert and things of that nature. So, but for defensive side, what I just saw out there was just them playing hard for 4 quarters and then taking advantage of Grayson James not being the starter for too long. Even though he had a lot of yards passing, they kept him out of the end zone. And doing that is a big deal. And then holding their run game between Grayson James and what's his Wibicho, holding them and a couple other guys under 50 yards rushing. Then that's a win right there because James, he had over 300 yards passing, so that means a couple of receivers close to 100 yards. Factors, but not a determining factor to decide the game there. So that's where defense steps up, offense scores some points. Emmett Johnson had a fantastic game, and Ramir too. Both guys in the backfield running the ball in terms of receiving and rushing up the field. So I say good job. Hats off for them. Doing a good job.
I mean, there's got to be
Dana right there, Dega Hogerson.
There's got to be some sort of shakeup or something with the special teams in this offseason. I mean, Nebraska is sacrificing. Not only are they, they almost. I felt like Nebraska wasn't in any jeopardy of losing that game, but we played them back into the game with the special teams.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this has been it's been continuous. I feel like we continue hitting our heads up against the wall here. There's got to be some shakeup, something to changes because not only are we, almost giving away games or, by special teams, but we're not creating anything with our special teams. I mean, there's no return game whatsoever. Yeah. It's just like it gets to the point where, like Coach Rule said it after the game, there needs to be some wholesale changes, and I feel like there needs to be something just to shake things up a little bit because I just feel like that is one part of the game. Like I look at special teams as the same as offense and defense. That is one part of the game. And I feel like Nebraska just is willing just to say, well, we're just going to sit this one out. And it hurts us a lot. And I think just that spark, I mean, you look back past, go way back when, you got Irving Fire and Mike Rozier returning kicks. You're thinking to yourself, okay, at worst, we're starting with the ball on like the 35-40. Now Nebraska, we need to find a dynamic punt returner. We need to do something to get something sparked back there.
I think they have dynamic guys. I mean, look at who Nebraska recruits. There's certainly dynamic guys on this roster. There's something with the the process away from maybe where the football is caught that needs, some improvement, certainly. And that's, another conversation. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of conversations both internally and on the outside about the direction Nebraska goes to special teams. I wouldn't be surprised to hear something in the next couple of days about if there are changes made. Then we'll see. We'll hear that pretty soon. And nothing. I don't know anything. I mean,
you haven't announced it.
So I don't know. Like I don't like coming on here and calling for people's. And I know that's not what we're doing. But yeah, there's got to be some accountability. There's just got to be
100%,
because it just hasn't been good enough the last. Even predating Matt Rule, it just hasn't been good enough. And it doesn't feel like one of the things that Nebraska. Trey Palmer was electric, and Trey Palmer did some things that other returners haven't been able to do. But really, you look at what's it going to take to get Nebraska back to where they were having some explosiveness on returns, whether that's in kick return or punt return, to when they had Amir Abdullah back there or DeMornay Pearsonell. Like that's what Nebraska needs to get back to, in my eyes. AG, you said something earlier where you said something about you kind of made your name on special teams, and that's how you kind of got carved out.
Mm-hmm.
That's very similar to Amir Abdullah. Now, obviously, he hasn't had the success that you had in the pros at the traditional run game. But Amir, that's how he continued to stay on NFL teams and jump around from a couple of teams. He was available as a punt returner and as a kick returner. And now look what he did just on Sunday with the Raiders against the Saints. He goes for 100 yards rushing for the first time in his career. That's what it's all about. It's so super cool story to see what Amir Abdullah has been able to do. The longevity.
Right. And exactly. And a lot of guys, he's not the only one. There's other former Huskers, but other former NFL players or current ones that are made a career out of it. Look at Jackie Slater's son, who played for the New England Patriots. Like, you got to show those examples to these young players that are on the college rosters or Nebraska, just to get them motivated. Because like I said, literally, it's simple. You got to find the guys that want to be out there, that want to tackle on punt covers, that want to tackle on kickoff return. And you got to have a coach to find the players, and asking coaches, like asking Matt Rule, hey, can we borrow Emmett? Can we throw him back on kickoff? You got to in terms of, Raff, you talk about mixing up, is asking your other coaches. Be like, because I remember when I was special team coordinator, even though I was at the high school level, I was asking my offensive coordinator, hey, I need that wide receiver. I need so-and-so back here. He catches punch better than anybody. And then he actually is a better returner. So you got to ask those questions to find out, because special teams in some places doesn't get the attention that it should, like offense and defense. But when you have somebody that understands it, that if you don't plan it right, you don't have the right personnel, it's going to be an issue. And right now we're looking at that, and because we're talking about it in length and over a season, because it costs victories. I'm watching the game. I had the feeling, I'll say, this is the game now where the team, regardless of special teams or not playing well, this is the team, this is the game, this team, our Huskers, this is that bump in the road that I talked to, that I refer to. Looking at the season, you want to make change, this is a change game, because even with special teams, they still overcame it and got the victory. Now let's go back. Game's over. So as a team, coaching staff, yes, now let's go back and say, we got to get better personnel. If we got to use players from other positions that we see fit, that are runners or the wide receivers, those are usually great returners. Why? Because they catch the ball and they know how to find a gap. They know how to hit the hole. Got linebackers that can run and block, that want to block, not just be out there because you're asked them to. It's a difference. So like I said, finding the people that want to be out there is the way you put together special teams. John, I believe it was John Harbaugh or Jay Harbaugh. I can't remember which one. The one that coaches the Ravens. I know
John.
That's where he got his day started. His career started. He was a special teams coach for a long time. And then once he took over, he knew everybody because he had worked with every position through special teams. He worked with the running backs. He worked with the wide receivers, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, because you put those guys on field goal protection or punt return or anything like that can run down and make plays. So by the time he got to that, then he was able to talk to the players and be able to ask them questions and do things, because sometimes when you, as a coach, you ask the players, hey man, I need help on this. Can you do this? And and it's outside of their position. You got the starting running back or the backup running back saying, hey, I need you on punt return because you can do this. You got to give them the confidence and be like, hey, we need you here. And you point that out to them, then you understand. Then they'll understand. And then you're putting a better roster together for guys and that want to be out there to make plays and help the team also. So that's where they could start, with that matchup in terms of getting a first person, which is the coach or the coordinator or who have you, to get everything organized first before you get down the list of players that's going to be on your special teams, your 4 core. So go from there.
And big thing too is just setting the tone. I mean,
yep.
Look back, not just Nebraska, but every team. Sometimes special teams are what sets the tones for the entire team. You have like the Corey Schlesingers going down and hitting the guy against Miami to kick off the game to let them know, hey, Nebraska's going to be here all day. You have the Mike Ruckers, on the Mike Bowman punt return. You have plays like that. And I feel like Nebraska is just sort of giving that away when Nebraska maybe can set the tone, set the table by having a big special teams play. And I just feel like over the last couple of years we've just that's just part of the game where we've just said, well, we'll just fair catch it, or and also too, special teams knowledge. I mean, there were some plays this year, just knowledge of the game that it needs to be better, and it's just something that it needs to be brought to the forefront. And that when I see plays where it involves knowledge of the game, that's where I'm just like, okay, is this being given enough time? So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's certainly work to do. Let's when we get to break, let's go now, and then when we come back, I want to talk running game in 2025 because Nebraska's RB1 was real good in Saturday's game, and Nebraska is going to have to go full forward with Emmett Johnson going forward, and I think that gives Husker fans a lot of excitement because we saw him make some moves, make some guys miss that we haven't been able to see from a running back in a long time. The side-to-side shiftiness, the explosiveness from him. We saw that on Saturday from Emmett Johnson. So, Raff, go ahead and take us away, my friend, and let's talk just Nebraska's offense as a whole when we come back.
All right, we'll throw the break. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
League One Volleyball is bringing the action to Omaha with Omaha's first serve on January 24th at 7 p.m. Central Time at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Witness history in the making as Love Omaha Volleyball takes on Love Madison in the team's inaugural home match. Be there to watch Olympic teammates Jordan Larson and Lauren Carlini go head-to-head in a battle of the world's best. Visit lovoma.com for tickets starting at $31. Volleyball is the next major league.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln. The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? That feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios on O Street.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday sales event is now underway with unbelievably low interest rates and huge discounts on both our new and pre-owned inventory. Right now, we're offering 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. These are the absolute biggest discounts of the year. You heard right, 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. So please stop on in or check us out online at cobblecars.com. All deals with approved credit must trade in Costco.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: fog and drizzle expected throughout the day. Otherwise, cloudy skies with a high around 47. Tonight, mainly clear with patchy fog possible, a low near 30. And tomorrow, patchy fog in the morning and mainly sunny for the afternoon. You'll see a high around 52. I'm meteorologist Kyle Bucker from 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. It is Monday, celebrating the Bad Boy Moore Pinstripe Bowl victory.
Well, guys, Emmett Johnson has a nice day on Saturday. Ramir Johnson has himself a good day as well, ends up earning MVP honors from the Pinstripe Bowl. Super cool story. It's been talked about a lot at nauseum, but obviously
Nice.
great story with Ramir Johnson. Coming home, the Harlem kid. He's the MVP winner of the Pinstripe Bowl, which is a cool sign. Was able to get Nebraska in, got him some big third down conversions. He ran hard right out of the gates. It was a good job by Ramir. Ran tough out of the gates and then almost scored at the end of the first quarter there. And I looked over at Jake. We were sitting up there in the press box and I said, Jake, if they don't give this to Ramir Johnson, I'm going to be kind of frustrated because you know at AG, you get so close to you have a nice run, you get tackled with inside the 5-yard line, and then you don't get the ball once again, and you don't get that touchdown.
Hey, and sometimes that's football. We tease each other, be like, "Hey, man, you should have scored. Why you didn't want to score?" Because if it doesn't come down to you getting the ball again, it's gonna probably go to somebody else. So that's just a part of the game you got to deal with sometimes.
Could you imagine Saquon Barkley's numbers this year if they didn't push all the time at the 1-yard line?
Oh my god!
Well, you got great stats this year anyway.
I mean, they were made, but just think what his touchdowns would look like.
Yeah, Saquon surpasses 2,000 yards. I mean,
Thousands.
Which we will talk about that at the end at the next segment. I want to get your guys' answers on whether or not Saquon should play Week 18. Well, don't say anything. We'll address it in the next segment. But back to Emmett and Ramir. I mean, Ramir's obviously his career at Nebraska is done now. A guy that's been through it all, man. You remember where he started in 2019. I mean, Ramir was 5th on the depth chart, and because of whatever reason, he was 5th on the depth chart. I'll say it that way. And because of injuries, he ended up getting the starting job once Gabe Irvin got hurt, and once I think that was the year like Greg Bell left early and stuff, if I remember correctly, in 2019. And Nebraska ultimately they were able to make things happen, and so Ramir had over 550 yards that season, and it just kind of been that Swiss Army knife, and has been counted out, has been thrown around on special teams, on he's played a little bit of wide receiver, then stopped playing wide receiver, came back, and is now at running back. I mean, just somebody that I think a lot of the fans can get behind and cheer for.
No, 100%. Having a young man that can just work through it. And I watched this little documentary they had during the On 3 that was on YouTube that the team was doing at the start of both Matt Rule's campaigns of being a coach, and just following him and through his walk as a college athlete, and it just shows the resiliency these kids have. They go through a lot. You're coming from, as a college student, this is all around college sports. You're coming from time. There's more students, leaving their hometown and their home cities, their home states to go play at another school. And you got to go through that part of it. But then you got to readjust to being a student. And then for the way the season went for the last 2 years, right, up and down. So dealing with all that. And then on top of just trying to be a young person, in today's society. So he's been through a lot, and I'm glad he's able to have this kind of, this game behind him to keep carrying him, I say, to the next level of what he decides to do in terms of, if he's going to really push into the NFL. And if he does, I hope he'll have the same drive. I know that's going to not change because somebody like that doesn't change over time. It's just they get stronger and a little bit better, as things go on.
Speaking of the NFL, guys, not to switch sides of the ball, but I will. Speaking of the NFL, Ty Robinson probably made some money on Saturday. I mean, Ty had a really nice year. A lot of times there's a lot of examples of guys coming back to school and it actually hurts them. Ollie Gordon at Oklahoma State could be one of those. Ollie Gordon was probably going to be a day 1, day 2 type of guy if he would have entered the NFL draft last year. Comes back. Oklahoma State has, I think they had a 3-win season under Mike Gundy. I mean, they had to fire their offensive coordinator, their defense coordinator. They had to clean house, and then Mike Gundy almost got let go, but then he didn't want to get let go, and it was this whole deal.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Exactly. So there's so many stories out there of guys coming back, and it actually hurts their draft stock. There's also some stories of it helping, and Ty Robinson coming back after last season, having the type of year this year that he did have. There's significant conversations about whether or not he can sneak into that early second round type of guy.
I could see that. 21 solo tackles, 7 sacks. A guy that was always prevalent, especially in the last month of football for Huskers. He was in the fray. So when a play was happening, he was involved and putting his touch on everything. And that's where guys at the next level, GMs, defensive line coaches, defensive coordinators, they want to see guys. One thing that he did along with is with Nash, penetrate. When D lineman, if you're interior D lineman, you're a 3 technique, you're a 5 technique, you could get in the backfield between the guards, then you're going to be somebody that's going to play a lot of Saturday or a lot of Sundays, Monday nights and Thursday night football, sometimes Saturday football in the NFL, because that was one thing I hated as a running back but it happened where you had D linemen pushing up on inside run plays where we can't get our footing, we can't get going, and that keeps us from building our momentum downhill. So when the D lineman does that, a guy I played against for years, Warren Sapp, him in the backfield constantly, I couldn't get in rhythm, made our offense kind of struggle against those Buccaneer teams. So that's what the NFL looks for. They try to find guys who could get that penetration at that position.
And I believe he's also Reese's senior boy. I believe he's on his way too.
Yeah, that's correct.
Awesome. Yeah,
that bowl game is one of the better ones where he's going to get a lot of reps up against the top guys, and he'll have a chance to make even more money when he gets down there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got to throw a gaming anecdote in here. So real quick, I streamed on Saturday watching the game on my Twitch channel, and there's no pinstripe bowl on college football, Nick.
Are you serious?
There was not no Bad Boy Moore's pinstripe bowl.
Oh boy.
I tried to play the bowl game, against the computer and then against other people. I couldn't find. They had every other bowl game. They had the Snoop Dogg Bowl, but they didn't have this one. I'm like, come on, man. Like, they missed this one little. They had one little error. They missed that one.
Wow.
Maybe there must have been a contract dispute between the Steinbrenners and Yankee Stadium.
It must be
a contract dispute between them. Which, guys, by the way, Yankee Stadium is incredible. I mean,
I gotta go to it, man. I've been trying to get to it for years.
Gosh. It is.
Just haven't made it yet.
Did you see the judges' quarters?
Well, yeah, I did see that. I saw also the short porch in right field. People make a lot of comments about it. It's
short.
But I mean,
there's a lot of home runs that hit out of there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You can like half swing, and it goes over the 314 fence in right field.
Hey, they trying to help their team out. I ain't mad at them.
And it works every single time. But anyway, it's so cool. I mean, I said it on one of the videos that me and Jake recorded and posted. Was that I never expected my first experience to Yankee Stadium to be for a football game. But I mean, it was, and even though it was for a football game, it was still cool. I mean,
they had Monument Park open, didn't they?
Yeah, they had it all. It was super cool. The way that the at the top of the seats around the field it's constructed, and with the beams and the pillars. I mean, it's really, really cool. I highly recommend get out there. The wall of fame behind center field where all the
any better than that, right?
I mean, it is really, really cool. I mean, the Yankees obviously is so iconic of a franchise, and everything's just so professional, and it's pristine, clean. By the way, the food was out of the park. I mean, to use a baseball reference, it was a home run.
Out of the park. Hey,
I mean, it was simple.
What was the best dish what did you get then? If it's so good? What did you get?
I'll say this first. There was a point during halftime where Sipple comes up to me and goes, Nick, he goes, swim. I can't believe I'm just eating steak right out of the pan. And that was all he said. So he kept piecing at steak. So it was essentially like a buffet style. And I'm trying to like play this through my mind once again. It was, I mean, there was French toast sticks, there was chicken and waffles, there was chicken strips, there was homemade mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, cornbread. Because they had, when we got there at 9 a.m., they had the breakfast spread out, and they had for the Czech people, mini kolaches.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh,
it doesn't get any better than that. I know what you're talking about there.
There was everything that you could think of. And cheese, I mean, cheeseburgers, burgers, bacon, sausage, eggs, everything.
So you broke your diet, Big Swim, Little Swim.
Well, here's the thing.
Which is okay. It's just one day.
I walked 13 and a half miles on
you earned
Friday.
it.
13 and a half miles on Friday, and 10 and a half miles on Saturday in New York. So you know what? We're gonna say it's just a net even. We're gonna.
What was your favorite part of the trip?
Yankee Stadium. As a baseball guy, it was Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
There was a lot of cool stuff. The Ground Zero stuff is the touristy stuff is great. If I ever go back, I'll stay in like a neighborhood like Soho or something like that, off of the Manhattan, off of 8 Ave. Madison Square Garden is great. Would have loved to have been able to see like a Knicks or a New York Rangers game. But we obviously They were all out of town. Fish was in town playing at Madison Square Garden. So
Fish.
Anyway,
nice. Real quick to the chat, just fast. To Rodney in the chat, I think he asked the question, do I think Ramiro has an opportunity in the NFL? Yes, he does. He has the size, he has the speed, and he has the I say running back / wide receiver. He played a little bit everywhere. And NFL GMs, NFL coaches, when they're looking at players, they evaluate them on how many things they can do. And so how that makes them more valuable. The more things they could do with the ball or on defense, the better they're off. So having that wide receiver experience and having the running back experience is going to be huge for Ramiro going to the next level.
Yeah. And the willingness to just be gritty or,
Exactly.
just do whatever he needs to do, HG.
100%. 100%.
All right, Raffi, let's wrap it up with a little RGT when we come back, my friend.
All right, sounds good. We'll throw it to break. It's the drive. 93.7, the ticket.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and the holiday sales event is now underway with unbelievably low interest rates and huge discounts on both our new and pre-owned inventory. Right now, we're offering 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. These are the absolute biggest discounts of the year. You heard right, 0% interest rates or $13,000 off select new models. So please stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit, must trade, and Costco.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today: fog and drizzle expected throughout the day. Otherwise, cloudy skies with a high around 47. Tonight, mainly clear, but patchy fog possible. The low near 30. And tomorrow, patchy fog in the morning and mainly sunny for the afternoon. You'll see a high around 52. I'm meteorologist Kyle Bucker from 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
New year, new you? Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping can help make sure you keep that resolution this time. Our proven system combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition, along with our expert coaching to make sure you're moving forward toward your goals. The next 10-week challenge starts January 11th, but if you enroll now, you can start today and get a head start on those gains for no extra cost. Plus, head to fxblincoln.com and you can save $100. Don't wait. Barrel's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Looking to upgrade your equipment? Landmark Implement, your John Deere dealer in Nebraska and northern Kansas, has an offer you don't want to miss. Through December, purchase a model year 2022, 23, or 24 tractor, combine, or sprayer, and take advantage of financing as low as 3.9 for 60 months. That's right. Get the equipment you need with affordable payments designed to keep your operation running strong. Stop by your local Landmark Implement today or visit landmarkimp.com to learn more. Experience the Landmark difference.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
League One Volleyball is bringing the action to Omaha with Omaha's first serve on January 24th at 7 p.m. Central Time at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Witness history in the making as Love Omaha Volleyball takes on Love Madison in the team's inaugural home match. Be there to watch Olympic teammates Jordan Larson and Lauren Carlini go head-to-head in a battle of the world's best. Visit lovboma.com for tickets starting at $31. Volleyball is the next major league.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Let's talk about trading up. Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up her stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
In Nebraska, we know what matters: dedication, hard work, and taking care of our own. As loyal supporters of Husker Athletics, Lincoln Industries brings that same championship mindset to manufacturing right here in the Cornhusker State. They believe in precision, teamwork, and giving their all, and that includes taking care of their team with exceptional health benefits and wellness programs. Ready to be a part of a winning tradition? Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current positions. At Lincoln Industries, they're building Nebraska's future one teammate at a time. Go Big Red.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, everybody, we're back again. This is The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket, wrapping up another Monday edition of The Drive and a bowl championship. Boom.
That's right, guys. We will have tomorrow, obviously, a lot to talk about with Nebraska basketball after they play Southern tonight at 8 p.m. How about that? A little late night tip-off on a Monday evening for Southern versus Nebraska from PBA, 8 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. Obviously, the Detroit Lions go back to where they lost the NFC Championship last year in San Francisco, and they play the 49ers tonight. Currently, just because the Vikings have a one-game lead, currently the Vikings are the number one seed in the NFC with a 14-2 record, while the Lions are 13-2 and fifth currently in that wild card. But that all sets up next Sunday, Sunday Night Football, Vikings at the Lions. There's a piece of me that wants to just book a last-minute ticket, but we're not going to.
Do it, Nick.
You can watch it on TV at home.
You can watch it on TV at home for a fraction of the price.
Exactly. And you get all the food you want.
Yeah, something like that. So I could do that. I could do that in Detroit too, but but it's just different prices, different price point. So anyway, but Raff, what do you got for a little RGT? Because we'll talk NFL all day tomorrow. I know AD will have a lot of thoughts on that on Tuesday.
All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take has to go out to the Nebraska football team. All the fans out there of Nebraska football say thank you so much. We do not have to see that horrible graphic anymore showing Nebraska at the top of the list for not being in a bowl game, not winning a bowl game. That graphic is done. It's finished. Thank you, Nebraska football. The graphic is out the window. You guys are Raff's Good Take. Congratulations. We got a bowl game. Next year we win the Big Ten.
There you go.
There it is.
That motivation.
With that, guys, I mean, so we were at the Brazen Tavern on Friday night, which is that Husker bar out in New York. And it was really cool. We saw there was a lot of former players that came in. You know, Matt Rule obviously made the promise to the guys that graduated in 2023 that if Nebraska made a bowl game in 24, that he would pay for them to come out to New York and see the game. It was really cool. I mean, some of the former players that we ran into, Timmy Bleekrode, Billy Kemp was there, Anthony Grant was there, Joshua Fleeks was at the bar. Talked to Keegan Manning for a while, who was an offensive and defensive lineman for Nebraska. I mean, there was a large group that came to the game, but even the ones that were spending time with Husker fans before. Nick Henrich was there. Not Gifford. Reimer was in the building. I mean, so it was really, really cool to see a lot of those former players, obviously coming and cheering on the team that they played for. Now they came out to New York on Coach Matt Rule's dime, but so that's kind of a cool little situation. But for them to show up and spend time with Husker fans, spend time with Husker fans the night before, it's pretty cool as well.
Did Nuri make it back from Germany?
He did.
Nice.
He flew. He flew. I was texting back and forth with him a little bit on Friday night, and he flew in, got in early Friday morning from Germany, and then had to fly out Saturday night back to Germany. I mean, that is a quick turnaround.
And really, it's not. Well, coming from New York, it's not that bad because I had to do that. It's a long flight from Dallas or from Houston, so he was a little bit closer. So hope he made it home safely and got some rest.
Yeah, something like that. So, all right, AG, any final words before we get out of here, my friend?
Yeah, I want to say thank you to Rodney for answering that question. He says thank you. You're welcome, Rodney. But for some motivational words, and this probably goes out to every athlete out there, especially the Nebraska football players, is that many life failures are people who do not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. So keep working. Yeah, you might be working towards something. You feel like you get nowhere. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep chugging ahead.
There it is. All right, AD is back tomorrow. He had a speaking engagement this morning at 8:30 a.m., which is why he wasn't here. He is back tomorrow. You guys are back on tomorrow as well. We're not on the air Wednesday, but man, playoff games. There's one tomorrow. We have one bowl game between Missouri and Iowa today.
Yeah, Boise State tomorrow, right? And somebody.
Yep, Boise State, Penn State tomorrow. We got a lot to talk about. Raff, we got 5 seconds. Take it.
All right, everyone. Have a great day. Be nice to each other. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
This is
Hey
Lincoln's
there,
home for
fellas.
sports
It's your girl
talk on
Jordan
the
with
FM
Starter
dial.
Heyman Jewelry.
Also
Let's
online
talk
at
about trading up.
theticketfm.com.
Not what you're thinking. You could never trade her in, but you can trade up for stone if you like. Signify the growth of your love, the challenges you have overcome, or any part of your love journey by trading up her diamond. Whether it's been 5 years, 25 years, or 50, say it with a bling. Big love, big bling. We got you. Until next time, this is Jordan at Starter Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Midwest Bank is proud to be your local community bank right here in Lincoln. This is Travis with Midwest Bank, now with 2 branches conveniently serving Lincoln and 8 other locations across Nebraska. We're here to help you with any of your needs. From opening a checking account to buying a home or financing your business, our staff is here for you. Stop in and you might see Shin Daddy himself. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwest.bank, member FDIC.
Looking to upgrade your equipment? Landmark Implement, your John Deere dealer in Nebraska and northern Kansas, has an offer you don't want to miss. Through December, purchase a model year 2022, 23, or 24 tractor, combine, or sprayer, and take advantage of financing as low as 3.9 for 60 months. That's right. Get the equipment you need with affordable payments designed to keep your operation running strong. Stop by your local Landmark Implement today or visit landmarkimp.com to learn more. Experience the Landmark difference.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402